Hi guys, welcome to the Pole Shift News. Guys, I thought just, on the off chance, I'll go and pull the SD cards out of the magnetometers and the magnetosphere sensor, just to make sure we ain't making a mistake by, not recording any data. Since that happened the other month, I've been a little bit paranoid about the equipment. So, anyhow, I pulled out the SD card, and we usually use magnetometer 1 for all our readings. And again, there was no movement in the heading of the magnetic north pole, and it was just a complete row of about 100,000 readings, and all saying the same thing, 10.65. So, I thought that, this can't be right. We've been talking about this in previous videos, that the line is flattening out, and I thought to myself, no, I'm going to check on magnetometer 2 and 3 and see what we're getting on them. And lo and behold, there is fluctuations on 2 and 3. So what I done is I thought, okay, I suspect there's a problem with the magnetometer on track 1. So I got up in the loft with a magnet and just stuck it right under the nose of the magnetometer on track 1 to see that we would get any fluctuations. And lo and behold, when it came back, took the SD card out of the master, there was no fluctuations. So this was indicating that magnetometer 1 on track 1 was broke. It was still transmitting the data, but the data was always the same. Now, we haven't had this problem before, because usually when something goes wrong with one of the tracks, it doesn't transmit any data. So there's been, I believe, a malfunction with track 1, and it's to do with the magnetometer. So over the next couple of weeks we're going to repair that. So what does this mean then about the data that we've been collecting? Well, I've got to go back into the archives now of all the other data, and like you can see in this magnetometer, TriMag data here, we've used for this from the 20th of the 4th to the 7th of the 5th, we've used magnetometer 2 and track 2 data. And what we'll do is we'll modify the website's collection or archive back to at least a month before the problem happened, so that we can rely on we can have all the data rectified and put correctly on the website. But there's nothing to worry about. What this means is we haven't lost any data. It just means that those charts that are up on the website going back 3 to 4 months are incorrect, especially the ones that show a blanket of 10.65 on the heading, which indicates that the magnetic north pole hasn't migrated, but we know it is still migrating, and proof of that is the other 2 magnetometers that we've got on our system, which are backups for each other, shows us that it is. And what I've done here on the chart for you is I've lowered the range so we can see, it only goes from 9.5 to 12.5, so we can zoom in only on the data. We don't have the hourly chart that goes up in 24-hour zigzags on this one, because simply all we want to know is if it's hitting 11 degrees or more. And as you can see, it isn't always staying in the 11 degrees, and there is a fluctuation between 11.2.5 from say 9.8. So it's what it's saying is that there is still a little wandering of the magnetic north pole over in the northern hemisphere, and it is moving around a degree backwards and forwards on a regular basis. But as you can see, there are more frequently now 11 degrees and just over 11 degrees, which means if you look at the key on the website, it's tracking west still towards Siberia. So the pole shift is still in a migrating process. The only other thing I wanted to just talk about is over the last few weeks we've been collecting the magnetosphere data, and you can see that we've collected it from the 20th of the 4th to the 7th of the 5th, around 17, 18 days worth, and you can see over that period of time the magnetosphere strength dipped and then as gradually came back. And I'm suspecting that the reason why over the last few days the magnetosphere strength has come up is because if we have a look on Pole Shift News, which we'll quickly do, you'll see that there's been a geomagnetic storm, and that's probably the reason why it has driven up the magnetosphere strength at that point. So like I was saying, if you look on the geomagnetic field, you'll see that there is a storm in progress, which seems to be dissipating, but has been active for the last few days if we look on the KP index. So, that's probably why there has been some increase over the last few days also on the magnetosphere sensor. So guys, there's no panic, first of all. We haven't lost any data. It just means that the data on the website with regards to the TriMag is going to be updated. We're going to be using data from magnetometer 2, and it just proves, that when I designed the TriMag system to monitor the heading of the magnetic North Pole during this migrating period, that I did it absolutely right, and it was a good thing to back up the sensors not once but twice. So, at times like this when we do have breakdowns and, nothing is, in this day and age, susceptible to not breaking down, you're going to have these things occur. Okay, so, a couple of months ago we lost the master receiver. We lost one of the transceivers on that. And, this week we found out that one of the magnetometers on track 1 has gone down. But I always keep plenty of spares of these things, and it's a good job really, because I can replace them as and when needed, and that's what I'll be doing over the next few days. But we've still got track 2 and track 3 collecting data every 3 seconds for us, so there'll be no gaps in any of the data. It'll just have to be updated. So guys, I'm going to leave the video here. I just want to thank those couple of people that have supported the annual fundraiser. We're at about £50 at the moment in total. I'm still hoping that we can better that, and I'll say what I usually do, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll say bye for now.